Hey everyone, welcome back to The Last Seats. This is Viddy.
My name is Mrinal, and in this episode, we have to talk about the end of the career of a legend. Joe Pavelski states that he is likely to retire for next season. It doesn't sound like it's official yet, but doesn't look like he's looking for a new contract either.
Yeah.
So unless someone comes up with a really good offer, but it seems like Joe Pavelski is done.
In this day, and he's not playing for the money. I don't think at this point either. I think,
No, he's playing for a cup at this point.
He's playing for a cup, and you can't predict it. I think this was outside of the 2016 Sharks. I think this was the best shot he ever had. Truthfully, I thought this team was better than the 2020 squad that went to the finals.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, they were better.
So, it's really sad it ended this way, but still a legendary career in my opinion.
Talk a little bit about what, we're Sharks fans. We were open about that.
Yeah.
And we've talked about how Joe Pavelski was your favorite player of all time.
Yes, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about, what this means, guy's career and his retirement.
I think Pavelski was, he was never like he wasn't an Austin Matthews. He wasn't a Connor McDavid. He wasn't
flashy.
No, he wasn't flashy by any means. Unless you want to call deflections really flashy. But he was really good at that. But what Pavelski did was he was really good at the all the micro moments, I guess you could call it. So like there's a bunch of, you can go watch, I'm sure they're still up on YouTube, a lot of like moments of leadership when he was just wearing the A on his jersey before he wore the C. And then, just things like that would like really like kind of refocus the group and get them to like play with heart and soul. That's what Pavelski did best. He played his heart out, and he should have probably never been in the NHL, right? Like he was like a really late draft pick.
Yeah, like 6th round, I think, or 7th round, maybe.
Like yeah, like 200 plus overall. I don't remember, but
because his whole career, he was never a good skater.
No,
it's because he wasn't a good skater. He didn't get drafted high.
Yeah, and he was even now. Obviously, he's 39, 40, somewhere around that age. And he was definitely the slowest guy on the Dallas roster for sure. But like, he played his heart out, and it clearly that gets you a lot farther than some skill every once in a while. And that's what Joe Pavelski was. And I don't. We were just talking about it. I don't think it's a coincidence that he was the year he was put in charge or put as captain for the Sharks. That's when they made the finals, and that's also when they had the 2019 run that almost was it, right? With the Erik Karlsson's those contract and everything.
3 to 4 years where Peter DeBoer was the head coach were the Sharks' best chances.
Yeah, and they were all captained by Pavelski. I truly believe that he was the best captain in Sharks franchise history.
And that's a big list. You know, that's Joe Thornton, Patrick Marleau, Doug Wilson, Owen Nolan.
Yeah.
A lot of good captains in Sharks history.
Yeah, and I truly believe this guy, Little Joe, if you want to call him that still, or the Big Pavelski, whatever you prefer, was the captain for San Jose. And I don't think it's always a coincidence either that once he departed because San Jose chose to, not trust in your captain, which is a dumb move. That was the downfall of the franchise. And, I kind of saw that coming from that 2019 offseason. I was like, I think this is it.
Yeah.
And at the time, a lot of people didn't believe me because they're like, no, you just re-signed Karlsson and all this and that. Look how that worked out, huh?
Yeah. The mistake was re-signing Karlsson.
Yeah.
The trade was fine.
They should have let him walk. Truthfully. And I was kind of surprised that they re-signed Karlsson, but, it's not about him. It's about Pavelski right now. So it just, that guy was the heart and soul of the Sharks. He was the glue of that team. And he went to Dallas and, it showed. It showed. Like that Dallas squad had played with heart that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
So there you go.
This is a player that always elevated his game in the playoffs.
Yes.
I didn't know this, but I was looking at his stats today. He has won the active playoff goal scoring leader. He has more playoff goals than Alex Ovechkin.
Jesus. Man, I didn't know that.
He's also the active playoff goal scoring leader of all American players.
Yeah, that one I believe for sure. Yeah. And just, it's amazing how much success he had in the playoffs, and it's sad that it never ended up in a cup. Like we were all hoping for like maybe like a Raymond Bourque situation. Yeah. Granted, like, he didn't get traded to like whatever. Like he became a cup contender with his team that he signed with in the offseason. But it's amazing how the older he got, the better he got. Like it didn't end great this playoffs. Like he wasn't great this playoffs, but
this season was rough.
Yeah, but like if you look historically at his playoff stats, sometimes he's just absolutely on fire, and sometimes it wasn't there.
Yeah.
So he was always a key contributor in the playoffs, regardless. He was a big guy to watch on the ice.
Yep. if you look back at the Sharks late 2000s to 2010s run where they were consistently in the playoffs, consistently a Stanley Cup contender.
Yeah.
I think there are 3 names that are like the super tier of that Sharks that stand out, right? It's Joe Thornton, it's Patrick Marleau, and it's Joe Pavelski.
Yeah, agreed.
The moment hit me that, okay, if Pavelski retires, that means all 3 of those players are going to retire without ever gotten a cup.
Yeah.
And all 3 of them went cup chasing at the end of their career.
Yeah.
Just never happened for anyone.
Yeah.
And, I was hoping at least one of them.
Yeah. Life of a Sharks fan. Come join the pain train.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, maybe things will turn around because, there's finally hope once again. But,
Yeah. I mean, this new era of Sharks fans we'll see. But,
yeah.
There's something to see your childhood heroes winning a cup.
Yeah.
Which won't happen for us, I guess.
Yeah, honestly, when more so than anything, when he was like, I'm ready to retire, I was like, fuck, I'm getting old, huh? Yeah. I was like, I remember like watching this guy like as a kid, and like he was a kid himself. Like he was like whatever, like 20, 21 maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that. And yeah, just
you are now older than how old Pavelski was when you first started watching.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Now I'm like, damn, I'm like I'm like old now. So
if you start thinking about it, it gets mind-boggling because we are probably older than most NHL players.
Yeah. Okay. I wish you didn't say that, but yeah, I didn't think about that. Damn.
We are past our athletic prime.
All right. I'm going to. No, yeah. We're getting old, and this was a stark reminder. That being said, we are still very youthful. So
yeah, we're youthful in terms of the world.
Yeah.
We're old in terms of physical athletic ability.
Yeah. You ever seen the meme where it's like, oh, you sneeze too hard and your back hurts or something?
Yeah.
Are we reaching that age soon?
Yeah, I saw a meme that was like, I work out 3 times a week to keep my body at moderately broken.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I didn't think I'd ever be stretching this much, but anyways, we're not old, but
Joe Pavelski's 39, by the way.
Yeah, and turning 40 in June or July, or I think July. This summer. Yeah, he'll be 40. And I kind of get it. Like 40 is not everyone can be Tom Brady, right? Like I just can't. Like I feel like he might have. Do you think he would have retired early if he had a cup or not?
Before I get that, why are you saying Tom Brady? Just Yager was right there, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm thinking of all the championships and stuff. Not that Yager hasn't won them, but he won them when he was young. I feel like so. Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying? Would he have retired earlier?
Would he have retired earlier?
No.
Like had he like got the cup already?
You don't think? Joe Pavelski we're talking about. We're gonna play it until he can't play anymore.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, that's true. Heart and soul, and yeah, he was there. I feel like he would. I mean, he's gonna probably take some time off, but I feel like I could see him coming back as a. Oh, somewhere as a I don't know.
Yeah, because the Sharks are on a run out for head coach right now. I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, I want Thornton or I want Marleau to be the head coach."
No.
If any Shark star is going to be a coach, it better be Joe fucking Pavelski.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Yeah,
Thornton and Marleau were very, very skilled.
Yes,
Pavelski had to think the game, had to be in the right position at all times because he was not a good skater. He was drafted low. He earned that spot, and he learned the game inside and out.
Didn't you say a couple of weeks ago too, like, oh, Mike Greer could have been the coach because he was kind of similar path. Obviously, not as legendary of a Shark as Joe Pavelski, but he was in the same. So this
is why I was fine with Mike Greer as the GM. Yeah. Or someone like Pavelski, where they had that mental side to their game.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Not saying that Thornton and Marleau didn't think, but they were talented. They were first and second overall.
Mm-hmm.
This was instinct to them,
Yeah.
You want someone who had to think through the game. That's why I feel like a lot of players who were like goons or plugs in the NHL turn out to be really good coaches. Yeah. And all the star players turn out to be not that great coaches.
Yeah, Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky was a terrible coach.
Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic player.
Craig Berube?
Yeah.
Great coach.
Yeah. There you go. And I not saying Pavelski was a bad bad player by any means. He put up some amazing stats in the playoffs and consistent stats too, for the most part.
Yeah, and it's rare that you get both a star player who is a good coach, and I think it happens when you have a player who had to think the game because they had a disadvantage. So if Joe Pavelski is going to come back to the Sharks or like Marleau and Thornton have, I'd love to see him in the coaching staff.
Yeah, he could potentially do some serious damage there, even if he starts as an assistant and then works his way up. Yeah, I could see it, and then fingers crossed. We can always hope that there's a cup there eventually someday. So
yeah, someday.
Yeah.
That's the redemption that the new Sharks core can win it for the old core.
Yeah.
But
what was your favorite Stars or Sharks moment with Joe Pavelski? It doesn't have to be a specific moment, but it can just be like any favorite memory, I guess.
I think this was the All-Star game where San Jose hosted, but there was a mic'd up video of someone on the Pacific team's bench. And they were joking about trying to send Pavelski out for fastest skater.
Oh, God. Damn. I don't remember that.
This was a really random moment, but I thought it was super funny.
Brutal.
So even he knew that he was terrible at skating.
Yeah. But, no, that was a good one. Yeah. If I had to pick one, I think it was in 2016 where Bernsey was just sending bombs from the blue line and no one could stop it. And then you had Pavelski tipping all of them. Yeah. And then once the chemistry was there, the entire league found out they were screwed. Yeah. That was probably my favorite moment. It lasted one season, but that
was also the season those practice videos came out of them after practice of them just shooting and tipping the two of them.
Yeah. And that's when they put the league on notice, I think.
There was also that Pavelski moment where I don't remember if Burns was a shot or not, but the shot was like 5 feet wide of the net. Like it was going to the corner and he tipped it and scored.
Yeah.
That was also 2016.
Oh man, I remember what you're talking about. I don't remember the game, but I remember that moment. Yeah.
I can visualize the replay, but I don't know who the opponent was. Yeah. But it was at home for the Sharks. And, it was the most insane tip I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't flashy, but he had moments of brilliance like that. And that's when you were like, wow. And not to mention, last playoffs against Seattle, he did have a 4-goal game.
Yeah.
Didn't end in a win, but like when you're 38 putting up 4-goal games in the playoffs, you put some respect on that. Yeah. That's my captain right there, so.
Yep. Well, Joe Pavelski has had a legendary career.
Congrats on a legendary career, yeah.
Yeah, and we hope you come back to the Sharks org some way.
Yeah. At least put your number in the rafters, please.
Yeah.
I don't want to see 8 on another Sharks jersey ever again. So,
all right. Hope you guys liked this episode. Drop a like if you liked it. Hit subscribe if you want more Glass Seats. We have several episodes out every week. And if you want more content, go to our Instagram @Glass Seats Show is the handle.
Yep.
We'll see you next episode.
Bye.